Hello, everybody. This is Toast Man Mike.
It's Lance!
And good old Shaq.
All right. I had to give you all this theme music because this is the theme music of
Shovel pass, check shovel. Woo! Shovel pass, baby, touchdown!
Touchdown.
I'm talking about Toaster. All right, everybody. Well, hey, welcome to Football Site. We are back at it again. And, man, you know it's not often we get the whole crew on board. And, yeah, we got everybody here. We got a full lineup for today. I know there's not a lot going on in the NFL, but you know what? With our Washington Commanders, there's always some craziness going on. And we definitely have news, baby.
That's right. We always got the news. We're here with the tea.
That's it.
Let me tell you this right now, right? So I don't know if y'all know this, but the Beyonce concert is going on up here at the stadium. And I swear there are more people at this Beyonce concert in boots and hats than I think I've seen. I don't think we've ever had a full Commanders game like how full this stadium is up here. The trains are packed full of people coming up here for this Beyonce concert tonight.
Boots and hats.
Yeah, boots and hats.
Well, she came out with, what's the name of that one country song that she came out with?
Cowboy Carter.
Yeah, that's it. So, everybody started wearing the hats and boots when that song came out, didn't they?
Yep. And the Levi jeans. It's pandemonium over here.
Put a country in there somewhere with her.
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome, man. And I tell you, but you know what? I don't like to hear that somebody can fill a stadium besides their own team.
Hey, I can tell you right now, the amount of people that's getting off these trains, I don't think I've ever seen it for a Commanders game. Maybe in the mid-season once we start winning, but no. And I was like, goodness. And these people are traveling from all over the country to come here for this. This is her second concert this weekend. She had one on Friday too.
Oh. Listen, gentlemen, before we get started, I got to give a shout out. One of our fans, one of our Army brethren, Jim Shahan, who lives right down in the middle of that Texas flood zone, who sent us videos yesterday of him sweeping out the water. Thank God, near Caryville, he lives on a hill. But since his garage is a bit lower than his house, the garage flooded, but his house is okay, and he's good, and he's on the show. And Jim, we just want to say, we hope everyone is doing great down there. We're so glad you're okay. We appreciate you, man. You always support the show. And, man, we just hope you get to clean up, and we hope everyone that you know and everyone that surrounds you and your family is okay. You know, I know there were people that your daughter knew that were lost in the flood, and our hearts and our prayers go out to you sincerely on that, and let your loved ones know that we're thinking about them, okay?
Yeah, prayers up for all the flood victims. Straight up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, prayers up.
It's just so Jim is a Texas-bred man down near San Antonio, and he lives very close to the Guadalupe. Mm-hmm. And his daughter is a teacher, and one of her teacher friends had a daughter at one of the camps. So we're still waiting to hear if she made it or not. But you know,
it's Chrissy.
We have a worldwide show, and world things happen. Mother Nature never stops.
Yeah,
and we just wanted to recognize Jim and all the people that he knows down there. We hope everyone's okay.
Hope everyone has a speedy recovery if they're injured. And I do thank you, Lance, for bringing that up because Texas is being severely affected right now, and we do want to give condolences to the lost ones and I hope everybody gets everything back in order. You know what I'm saying? Short order property can be replaced, people can't. So take care of your loved ones.
Yep.
All right.
Sorry for that. Sarge had to interject. I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize for that, man. That's big stuff right there. Hey, all love out to you guys. And all right, let's get into it, baby, because there's some things that haven't changed and there's some things that have. So the same things we've reported. This is the third week in a row. We're still waiting on Trey Amos to sign his freaking rookie contract. Get it together there, Rook.
Wait, Coach. We still have $21 million in cap space we haven't spent?
Yep.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Wait, let's dive deep on that, Coach. And Shaq.
We will.
Okay.
We will. So currently, the big drama about spending any more money right now has to deal with Scary Terry. Until that contract gets done, because he's looking at upwards of 40 million, and the team is looking downwards of more like 30 million. They
Wait a
are
minute. He
way
wants
apart from each other.
His agent wants more than 40?
No, 40 is what it, like right now. He's saying he's in the market for 40, right? So we had this talk in the barbershop, and then when I say it got heated last week, I was in the barbershop before I went out of town. When I say it got heated in there with us, we discussing it. I mean, I'm not a delusional Redskin fan, so I mean, and it's just me. I love Terry McLaurin. I love what he does. I love him as a receiver, player, all that stuff, right? So the conversation we was having is he worth that money? So, and this is me. Terry McLaurin, statistic-wise, ain't even in the top 15. That's one. Two, if Terry McLaurin goes to somewhere else, he goes to Cincinnati, he goes to Minnesota, he goes somewhere like that, New England, he's gonna be a number 2 dude on their roster. Like he's not a number 1 somewhere else. So we got to put these things in perspective, if that makes sense. Before we talk about paying him, I'm just saying 40 million is a lot.
He's 40. He's not worth 40.
No.
So
I mean, I get it, but
we'll get into that a little bit more. But like his estimated value on one of the sites that do that kind of estimates players' values, because I kind of follow that site because usually it's within $1 million or $2 million of where players really sign. So I know the NFL looks at it. They have his value at around 31.5.
Yeah,
that's about right.
So, and he's making
this is a hard signing pen. Sign that deal.
So
this pen.
He's currently due to make 25.5. So if he gets paid 31.5, which is his actual value, that's a $6 million pay raise for a year. That's pretty darn good.
That's pretty good. Yep.
But his agent is like, no, he needs to be upwards near 40.
No, at a cap, at a maximum 34. At a maximum, I mean,
you know what? 34. Yeah, do it.
At a max, 34.
He's healthy. Do it.
See, on this initial extension, yeah, okay. Now we're talking about, again, I'm gonna bring up the age thing. We're looking at a 29, about to be 30-year-old Terry McLaurin that only has a couple of good years left in the tank. So I mean, $40 million. No, take your 34 per. Finish your career out in Washington, retire here, get on the staff, help these young receivers out because right now he's the only guy we really know that we have. So come on, let's be realistic.
A couple other issues with this deal, right? So not only is he wanting upwards near 40 million, but then there's a discussion on how many years to this contract.
Right.
3
and
max.
Then there's a discussion of how much of it is going to be guaranteed of the contract in the number of years. And like what you just said there, Shaq, I mean, if he only has a couple more years left, this is not a guy you're going to sign to 4 or 5 year contract when he's almost 30. And then and then if you say let's just say it's 35 million, and let's say it's 3 years. Yeah. I mean, that's 105. That's 3 years, 105 million. How much of that do you guarantee?
Yeah, and then you want to guarantee at least 60 of it. At least 60 of it. You're going to have to.
Right. So that would lock him in for 2 of the 3 years, which would pretty much mean that last year would be voidable. And the players know this and the agents know this. So they're going to want to go like not only a high number, but they're going to want to try to get as much of it guaranteed as they possibly can to keep them around as long as they possibly can.
I'd do a 2-year contract, $35 million. And I guarantee 50. That'd be my deal.
I would do 3 years. I would do 3. I'd do a 3-year deal with that last year being avoidable, depending on how steep the decline is after on year 2. Because he'd be 32 going into the season. So it depends on how steep the decline is.
You mean make it performance based?
Yeah, pretty much.
I love performance based.
And then give him incentives. Another 1,000 yard pass bonus. You know what I'm saying? 110 catches, 110 catches, bonus. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Yeah.
Put your money on the performance.
Yeah.
So
you get this, you achieve it, you get the money. You don't.
So here's an interesting part about that, though, right? Because I heard, who was it that was talking about this? It was it's freaking T.O. They got a hold of T.O. or they got a hold of one of those guys. Like I think it was T.O. they were talking about incentive-based contracts, and he goes, and he made a comment. He said, like, the thing about incentive-based contracts is they end up putting a lot of pressure on that coaching staff. You better get me in position to achieve that.
Well, he's the number one receiver.
You need a game plan for me to get it.
Yeah. So I don't. Okay. So with Terry again, with Terry McLaurin being the only star receiver that we have on the roster, Debo's a gadget guy. These other guys are little slot guys, speed guys, right? But with him being the only true receiver we have on this roster, there's good to go. Target shouldn't be a problem for him. It should not.
He's our deep threat. He's our stretch threat, and I agree with you. I agree with what Coach is saying and what T.O. said. Yeah okay, give me that, but you got to give me a chance to get it.
Yeah. But I think there's something to be said about trying to avoid performance-based contracts because of that. Because I don't know, for me as a coach, I like the idea of, hey, you need to earn your money extra. So I'm going to make a performance-based. But the flip side of that, the two-edged sword of that is, okay, now I got to deal with you every week because you're going to want to make sure that you're worked into the game plan because you have a goal in mind. Like, I need 7 receptions per game. I need my 85 yards per game. Like, are you giving me those opportunities to get that?
So now, I mean, only thing that's going to detract from Terry McLaurin now is Deebo Samuels. That's it. That's it. There's still going to be a connection between Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin. Like, that's not going anywhere. But it's going to be Kingsbury gadget play calling that's going to kind of take away from Terry McLaurin's production.
Dip into his recepts per game.
Yep.
And it can be frustrating, I think, for a player if you have like, hey, I need to average this much, and they're not getting me the ball.
Yeah.
Because that's where defense starts coming out on some players, right? Like, you need to give me the freaking ball.
Coach, well, I can tell you, Coach. I have a question. So fine, it's performance based, and you, as the number one wide receiver on the team, sit down with the wide receivers coach and the offensive coordinator, and you say, "Hey, look, I'm willing to do a performance based contract, but based on my averages, and you have those numbers, based on number of targets and number of yards I get, I need you to guarantee me." In the game plan, you're going to give me X number of targets per game.
See,
to bring them down, but for me to get that bonus, I need the targets.
So this thing right here, though, in Kingsbury offense is pass first. We're in the pass first league. So the targets is not going to be a problem. I'm telling you, the targets.
I agree, but
targets ain't going to be a problem.
Scenes, I'm talking about how they negotiate this.
Yeah,
how do they negotiate it so he's happy?
Now, this one of the things. This is what is going to hurt this team, though. If they do a performance-based contract on him, right? Everybody's going to lock in on Terry McLaurin, right?
Oh yeah,
it's going to give the defense incentive. They're like, oh no, I'm going to lock this dude down.
Oh, yeah,
like, it's simply put. Yeah. So we see
you lock him down, he's going to get frustrated and it's going to throw the dynamic of the team off.
It's going to throw the dynamic off. Yeah.
So I used to be all like performance-based. Like, I want everybody performance-based, but the more I heard this conversation, it was the reason why I bring it up, the more it's making me second guess the whole performance-based thing. Because if I was a coach of that, I don't want to deal with a player who's like, I'm behind on my numbers. You're not getting me the ball enough. You're not setting me up for success. Like, I don't want it to be about that. Like, if the game plan works where like you're open, I want to light you up. But if they're like double covering you, I don't want to hear this. I need my 7 receptions this game.
No, yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, one of the things, there was a player on our defense that was like that, frustrated. And guess what? He got shipped away. John Allen. I can tell you right now, if they don't get this done, this contract done, this is gonna be Terry McLaurin's last year in Commander's uniform. Watch what I tell you.
Yeah. So, Coach, I have a question. And Shaq, this comes to you too, because you guys know more than me. You're more technical. So fine. So let's do that. So I'm Terry McLaurin, and I'm saying, here's what I can do for you. Even double coverage, I still, whether or not I catch the ball or not, I still need to get the number of touches. chances, right? I need to get the number of chances in the game.
So that what's going to happen is they're going to start forcing things like Terry McLaurin screen plays and stuff like that. Like when we know that's not his bag, or that's not his bag, that's not his thing. They're going to start doing that, forcing little gimmick bubble screens with Terry McLaurin. Instead of giving it to Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, or Debo, they're going to be forcing these kind of plays to Terry McLaurin. It's going to throw the whole dynamic of the offense off.
It's what you were saying, Coach. It throws the whole.
They're going to throw everything off.
It's going to throw things. So I'm almost leaning more to guarantee money. But the problem with guarantee money a lot of times with player, we've seen this in the past with people like Albert Hayworth and stuff like that. Once you give them all guaranteed money, and they especially if it's their last contract, they don't really give it.
Yeah, okay.
And they start getting fat because they're just like, man, my bank's tight. I'm like, whatever.
What? Wait a minute. Let me double my bank account. What did I get? Oh yeah. Oh.
That's right.
Yeah.
And for a long time.
Where's the massage girls? Where's the massage girls?
Yep.
I need a massage.
I'm telling you, for a long time, that's what's been happening in DC. Like,
I want an ice bath.
Soon as Daniel Snyder took over, this place became the cash cow. People come here, get a payday, go elsewhere.
Yep.
I was like, man, come on, don't do no production here. No. Hey, so Jack said that McLaurin is in Italy with Magic Johnson right now.
All right. Well, enjoy it. Eat some of that.
I'm going to tell you something. Here's my opinion. Kick McLaurin out. Let him go. Kick him out. Spend that money somewhere else.
You
might
let him go. Get draft picks. Get draft picks. Get someone else. There's free agents out there. Let's get someone else.
I've been said that. We could have got a whole lot of draft capital for Terry McLaurin. I've been said that.
Yeah.
We need it. Shaq, you've been a proponent of we're old. We're old. We got older than everyone else when everyone else in our division got younger.
Yep.
Get rid of. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go show some other team.
So J.J. Watt hasn't signed his contract, and I came across some news about possibly trading Terry McLaurin for J.J. Watt.
TJ Watt.
TJ Watt.
Wait a minute. That gets hand claps.
Yeah, I mean, that's not official or nothing. I'm just saying, that was one of the things that were proposed.
That gets Sarge approval.
Yeah. And then look, if he goes there, he won't be the number one there. DK Metcalf's the number one.
Yep.
He won't be the number one there. But the receiver core will be phenomenal. It'll be phenomenal.
Then if we let him go and we bring TJ Watt in here, who are we going to put across from Debo?
We look at that free agency pool or something. But
there are free agents that could come. We've already discussed this.
And TJ Watt would fill that gap at defensive end that we need. He would fill that gap.
Oh my God, that would improve our defense immensely.
It really would. See, the thing is, but in order to make a deal like that, not only do you have to get the appropriate draft compensation, but his agent's going to still want to make sure that other team is willing to pay.
Yeah,
it's got to be conditional on a new contract being worked out.
Yeah,
and so another team's got to be like, not am I going to give up draft capital, but I got to be willing to pay this guy close to $40 million. Which we're not willing to do, and that's going to be hard to find somebody willing to do all that
for any team, right? But I'm telling you, the Patriots are in play here. I'm telling you, they're in play.
Hear me out. The Patriots, the Colts, Arizona would be a good fit.
Yes, and Arizona,
Colts,
yes.
It'd be a good fit. I mean, there are possibilities.
I even think Pittsburgh's in play.
Pittsburgh's in play. I mean, you think about
Aaron Rodgers and Terry McLaurin. Don't even. Oh God, don't even go there. I don't want to know that.
Man, but this ain't.
Are you serious?
Shaq,
are you crazy? God, no.
Listen, Aaron Rodgers is washed. And Aaron Rodgers had one of the best receiver corps in the NFL with the Jets. He didn't do nothing with it.
No, he had one guy who was kind of a bust. No.
What?
Yeah, he was kind of a bust. He was all expectation and delivery was
So Jack says even the Chargers are in play. I believe that too.
I believe that.
Really? The Chargers?
Yeah.
But you got to remember, Jim Harbaugh likes that run first kind of offense. He's the only guy in the NFL that likes to run first.
But the Harbaugh brothers, both of them.
Okay.
The Harbaugh brothers. Because you think, look at the Ravens led the NFL.
McLaurin would make the Chargers dangerous.
We're not talking about Lamar Jackson running first.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. But they had Derrick Henry though. Derrick Henry was carrying the load last year.
It's true. He was.
Yeah. So the Harbaugh brothers are ground and pound.
Straight. They really are.
Yeah, but when they need someone to go over the top, a McLaurin would be that guy.
Denver
would make that offense complete. Pound you and then see you later in the end zone.
Hey, Denver too. Hey, he would complete their offense.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. So latest predictions came out on where the Commanders, when all the schedule was reviewed and all the pundits got together and figured out what the Commanders would do. They say that we will have a decline, which we all predicted that this year. Yeah. That we would go from a 12-5 team down to a 10-7.
Which is great. That's a good season.
Which is still great if you finish the season 10. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's a playoff berth.
That's a playoff.
No, hear me out. Everybody in our conference got better. Hear me. 10-7, we're gonna be competing now. The way our conference improved, don't be surprised if all 4 of our teams get the playoffs. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Because the Giants improved they improved their receiver room, they improved their defense, they improved in the quarterback position. The Cowboys improved their line, they improved their defense. You know what I'm saying? They got younger. They improved they put a brother George Pickens down there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody improved in that conference. The Eagles lost a lot on defense, but they brought a lot of defense in. They signed Saquon to a long-term deal. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So everybody in our conference has improved. Where we're going to see the decline, this is just me personally, where we're going to see the decline is in the NFC North. They may only put one team in. That's where we're going to see the decline.
Yeah, that would be, yeah. But, if we do end up doing 10-7, I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
10-7 would be a great season and sets us up for a wild card berth, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Very clearly a wild card berth, which would be a great season. That would still be a good season.
I mean, we're not going to win our division. We're not going to beat the Eagles.
I would rather that.
Well, we're going to split the Eagles. I already said that.
But the Eagles are going to win the division, is what I'm saying. So that means we're going to be a wild card team.
We're going to be a number 2.
So, I mean,
we should be Dallas. We should be the Giants. Those are need beats, right? We need to.
I want to see how we already know Abdul Carter. He's Michael Parsons 2.0. So he improved that defense. I want to see how the chemistry between Malik Nabers and Russell Wilson is. That's gonna be a determining factor. And we're going to see that the first game. We're going to see the first game of the season. We're going to see how that is. Because I'm telling you right now,
it could be dangerous, right? It could be crazy dangerous.
These first 4 games are making break with Russell Wilson. If he has a bad first 4 games, we're going to see Jackson Dart. So
put a little bit of pressure on Russell Wilson because he's a little bit slower now. He's not as sharp as he used to be. But and then you can lock down Malik Nabers. Who else they got?
Still the Super Bowl champ. QB.
I mean, we should be double covered. We should be racking Malik Nabers.
Well, dangerous. I agree with Shaq.
We're gonna see though. That's what I'm saying.
He's dangerous.
The Giants are not gonna be the same Giants they were last year.
No,
they're not. They're not gonna be the same thing. They improved. They had too many draft picks. They had way too many draft picks, and then they brought a lot of good free agents in. It's not gonna be the same thing. If they have a bad year this year, that's coaching.
Yes.
Simply put, that's coaching.
Yes. They're a much improved team roster-wise. Much improved.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to the stadium. Coach. I showed this thing last week, and we are going, and I got so much stadium news for you right now. All right, so there's a lot going on. Before you jump in there, Shaq, this thing's going to go to a vote here in a week from now. The financial report is into the council. There is so much news around this. Please don't get ahead of me because I had a couple slides on this. But, man, there is a lot going on with this stadium, and it is huge with a lot of things at stake. So much so, Trump even got involved. That's right, our president got involved on it. He went in there and said, we need to step in to help with this freaking deal.
Yeah. He wants to get it done.
I control the federal property that where the RFK site is at. He goes, if I got to get involved to make this thing happen, I will.
Oh boy. That's huge.
Hey, so fun fact. Last week before the 4th of July, the Harris ownership group took all DC council members out to dinner. Rented out a restaurant, took all of them out to dinner last week.
Your pork. Here's your
The
pork.
art of the deal.
Eat the ribs. Drink the Kool-Aid.
Yep. They took all the city councilmen out, and they want, you know what they was talking about though? Part of the
I can be bought.
Oh yeah. Well, but they was like, how they're gonna affect the city, how it's gonna improve the city, what kind of jobs it's gonna bring. They was pretty much trying to sell it to them, right? And some of the councilmen are still not on board. Like, we don't want it. We don't want it. Simply put,
and there's good reasons, Shaq, for not wanting it too.
Yeah,
there are positives and there are equally good negatives, right?
Yep.
The thing that I don't know, and this is the part, is I understand people not being for it, but what is the counter deal?
Yeah.
Like if you don't build a stadium there, what is it that you're going to build besides that? And I looked into that, and the counter deal was, what you got going on over there, Lord Sarge?
I have no idea.
Ain't nobody wants to see your drawing, boy. So
that was my opinion. That was my opinion on how the board works.
Oh man,
look at that!
You're giving us a crock shot over there, man.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah, dude. So anyway, I heard like they were talking about putting like housing units there. Like, really, that's going to be the best thing for the economy, to build a bunch of housing there?
And when the cost of living in DC is already sky high. It is already sky high. So you're going to put more houses there that people can't afford to live in. And then this is my thing right here, right? So they try to put it along the river line, right? So we talk about putting these houses along the river line. I got questions. Like, who wants to live that close to the stadium? I think where I am is perfect to the stadium because I still got to walk a quarter mile to it, right? So I still got to walk to it. But who wants to live that close to the stadium when you just look out your back window and the stadium is there?
Well, people out there. I agree with that, but I'm talking about like if you don't build a stadium. What I heard was like the use of the land, if you don't build a stadium, was to build a lot more housing. Okay, but like
affordable housing.
Okay, affordable housing, but is that going to economically help the city?
Low-end government-funded housing? No.
You're just giving for. I mean, I understand that there's probably a greater need for more housing, but I don't know if that like helps the economy.
No, it don't. It doesn't. I mean, and they was talking about putting shops there, shopping plazas, all that stuff. And me and my son went bike riding out there by RFK last weekend. We was out there bike riding and stuff like that, and I just don't see it. We rode around the whole stadium. We went around, like, pretty much I was out there surveying everything, and I just don't see it. How they gonna pull it on? I don't know. And the only thing we're gonna do is gonna make the traffic over there way worse than what it is.
But what would you do differently? For that area?
And honestly, job creation. Job creation is everything. So I would put I would say apartment complex, maybe one apartment complex, but I would put like a strip mall over there, something like that. Something that's going to help bolster the economy. It's going to bring in jobs. Help increase the employment rates, and you know what I'm saying. Money's going to be circulating in the city.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't go to that area. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't go to where I don't think I've been there since RFK was active and the Skins were there. I don't go to that area, right? So when I'm in the DC area, I'm in the Crystal City area.
Okay.
Man, Sarge, what do you got going on, man?
Man, so going crazy.
Man, here we go. We're scanning your going area.
You're going crazy.
Lifestyle, you just need to fix the camera and put the remote down.
There we go. We're crazy now.
Oh my gosh, man. So you're killing me, man. So like I
got no control.
What I was trying to say is like I when I'm in the DC area, I live in the Crystal City area. And that Crystal City Mall, that's all underground. That place is a ghost town, man. Like it's ghost town. Like none of those shops, like almost all those shops are out of business. So like would a strip mall really work in that area? Does that really create revenue? Does it done? Because like Crystal City, that's like dead.
Yeah. I was looking at Yeah, Pentagon City ain't what it used to be, but guess what they did? I'm gonna tell you what hurt Pentagon City and the Crystal City and the malls and stuff like that. They stopped putting up little strip malls all around it. People don't have to go inside no more. They can just go to the strip malls all around it. That's what they did do in Crystal City. If you go anywhere from Shirlington down to the border, there's strip malls everywhere.
So Shaq, I got a counter.
Okay.
Putting a strip mall in is not going to build up that community. You know why? Because there's low-paying jobs and very high lease rates. To be honest, I totally agree with the stadium side. The stadium side will create much more opportunity for jobs and subsidiary businesses that will feed off of the stadium. Because the stadium isn't just about football. It's about all the other things they can bring in and do in the stadium, right? That's year round. That's what they're trying to do.
But here's the part about the stadium.
It's a bigger deal than just doing a strip mall. Strip mall would be good, but it's
I'm saying even apartment complex. Just put one apartment complex up there because you know that part of DC is a lot of food deserts. Put some grocery stores over there, something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But see, if you're going to put a stadium in there, like let's say, okay, this is like they're going to find a way to make it done. I think the bad part of the deal, all the negative I'm hearing is they want to try to give them a tax break. I think they need to pay the taxes, dude.
Well, according to this big beautiful bill, they gonna get a tax cut anyway.
I'm talking about revenue for the city.
Yeah, exactly. Rev for the city, right?
I'm talking about rev for the city.
You know, you gotta generate local revenue, and you gotta generate tax revenue for the city. That's what it's all about, right? To pay off this expense.
I mean, because if you're gonna ask the city to say, like, listen, I want you to put up $1 billion, like the stadium's going to cost 3.7, they're going to come in with 2.7. We expect the city to pay for $1 billion. I mean, if you're a resident of there, you're gonna be like, okay, well, how am I getting that $1 billion back? Are we taxing them to get it back?
Yeah, they're going to raise property taxes.
You're going to increase revenue to the area because how does that help me, right?
And they're already taxing people out of DC. They're already taxing people out of DC. So more increases in taxes, especially in that part of the city. More increases in taxes is not going to be beneficial to nobody. So again, DC is broke. Where are they going to get $1 billion from?
I mean, they're going to get loans for the $1 billion, but like you got to have a means to pay it back, right? So like if they're getting tax revenue from the stadium, then they can pay their loans, right? But you can't give them a tax break and say, hey, we're going to let you go and not pay taxes. Because
it's a balancing act, right? It's there's a very fine line where that works. It's not just like, oh yeah, let's do this and it works. No, it's a balancing. It's a guess and a balance.
Right. Yep. But I would make Josh Harris pay taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make him pay taxes.
Yeah. At a minimum, and especially like the land, pay to use the land. Something. Yeah.
I mean, if he's got money to go out there and buy another WNBA team out there, he can pay taxes.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack, thanks for responding. Jack is saying that they're talking about having the trains help with getting people to the stadium. Well, yeah, they will. Absolutely.
Hey, well, that's another thing, too. That stadium, again, me and my son was just out there. We went to the Stadium Armory. We got off at the stop, all that stuff. That train station needs to be expanded out. It needs to be bigger because it's not going to be able to handle the flow of people coming through there. The capacity of people. Like we was just out there, and that's one of the more older, outdated stations because it's one of the original ones. You know what I'm saying?
You heard it from Shaq, folks. You heard it from Shaq.
We was at that train station.
So we're talking part of that deal of the reconstruction of that area. You know, they're talking about putting a sportsplex or their shops, more housing. They're talking about adding a parking garage out there that's supposed to be able to bring in about 8,000 more parking spots. But then there was money in there to also to redo some of the roads and work on the metro station. Now, I don't know how much, and I don't know exactly what they plan on doing, but supposedly that there's money there.
The roads, especially the roads. If you ride down on Bennett Road, those roads need to be one. If you mess around and hit one of the potholes and lose your whole car, you just driving in. You wind up in China somewhere. You drive and next thing you know, you just driving, you underground with the moles. Like the piles are big. You know what I'm saying? So the roads need to be redone.
Jack.
I'm just saying.
Underground with the moles.
Oh my God.
Underground with the moles, man. Groundhog's Day. You can go down there.
But you know what? Already where we're at Northwest, it's a disaster to get in there.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
It's a disaster. So I hope they only can do better by better planning, right? In a new stadium.
Yep. Whoever the civil engineers that's going to work on this, but they better be ready. They better be on their P's and Q's because it's going to take work.
And Shaq, God bless you, because being able to come down to Metro and come to your house and have a few beers and get ready and do the mile walk to the stadium makes it easier. But we have that advantage. The poor people that got to get off the Metro and walk all that dadgum way down the hill, then up the hill, then in the stadium, and standing way
you
too long.
You don't want to complain about it, Lord Sarge.
Huh?
You don't complain about it.
I'm looking to get more people in more quickly. But you know what? The problem was trying to get into the dadgum stadium was
yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we got a lot of Redskins gear behind me. You see my screenshot. I see all the stuff that Lord Sarge is wearing there. We got some Redskins behind you there, Shaq. You got some Redskins stuff on the wall there. You got some Redskins stuff. All right, because there's another part of this thing that we got to talk about.
Oh, boy.
Trump said if he owned the team, he would freaking change the name back to the Redskins.
That's right. That's right.
That's what he said.
That's right. You can't go wrong with that. Let's bring it back. Bring back the culture. I don't
make this channel political. I really don't. But when the president had all kinds of crap to say about your team, you gotta. It's news. We gotta report it.
Winning is winning. Winning can make everything sound good.
Yeah,
President Trump.
But that was his thing about the Commanders, right? He goes, basically for him, like I only got to submit it, but I actually read all of his comments that he had. He basically said, I wouldn't have changed the name. If I bought the team today, I would change it back. However, the Commanders think it's safe because, winning can make everything sound good. Maybe it is, but he goes, it's horrible. The fans don't like it. Nobody really likes it. He goes, if it's him, if he bought the team, he would change the name back.
He's right.
Buy the team.
Shaq, what was in my mind? It's like, well, just you billionaire dumb, go buy the team. Democrats complain about it.
He's got 3.5 years left as presidency. You need to do something next after that. Buy the team.
Buy the team. Change the name back.
Jack just made an announcement. Jack's made an announcement. Jack, thank you. Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll get the unveiling of the alternate uniforms for the Commanders.
And he preluded my slide because I got a slide on that.
Oh,
you're absolutely right, my friend.
Coach got ahead of you, Jack. Coach got ahead of you.
You got ahead of me. So here it is right here. You see it on the bottom right. The new uniform release will be 9 July.
Oh, 9 July,
which is Wednesday. So Wednesday, I do not think it'll happen tomorrow. The news I have is that it'll happen on Wednesday. And they'll have the new uniform release. And part of that is the throwback or alternate uniforms. All right. And one of the alternate uniforms that they're talking about is the burgundy and gold with the old arrowhead on the side of the helmet. Remember that one?
Yeah.
I like that one.
Me too. I like that. That's old school.
So they're looking at
the spear. 1930s. Yeah.
I like the 1930s.
The spear. So they're looking at the spear on the side of the helmet. They're looking at that color scheme and that uniform as being one of the potential throwback uniforms that we go with. So, but we'll know for sure if that rumor is true. I mean, we'll know for sure what it really is on Wednesday.
But Coach, they're still rated number 32, the worst uniforms in the league.
Listen, and worst name, worst uniforms. That's it. Simply put.
Hey, you know what? I will tell you, we can go from last to best. You just change it back to the Redskins, bring all the Redskins stuff back. Believe me, we'll shoot up. It might make all the libs out there go absolutely lose their mind, but they don't watch football anyway.
Nope. They don't. They out there watching. What is it? They watching. They ain't even watching baseball because that's too American. So, so they don't watch sports. Just complain about
honestly, it. How did I don't 32? Really?
Yes.
Yeah, we're 32.
Where is that coming from?
People just hate our uniforms, man. Our uniforms are too plain and boring.
I think they look good.
I don't know how to I don't know how the Browns and the Packers not on this list.
Yeah,
the Browns are got to be like the worst.
Yeah. I don't know how the Browns and the Packers.
Last.
The Packers too. Packers is just a G. It's nothing else.
If I was a football player, like the Browns would be the last team I would ever want to go to. First of all, it's not a great city, and second of all, their uniforms are ugly. They don't even have a logo. Never had.
No,
so wait. We are not saying Cincinnati is not a great city. Cincinnati
Cleveland.
is a fantastic city.
We're talking about
barbecue. Cleveland. We love Cincinnati. We're just talking about the team.
We're talking about Cincinnati.
We're talking about Cleveland.
We're talking about
Cleveland. Whatever.
Cleveland is a crap city. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever been to Cleveland. Cleveland is a toilet.
It's a toilet bowl, dude.
It's a toilet.
I mean, it is definitely
now, we cannot put down the people of Cleveland.
It's a crap city,
Come on. It's not Cleveland.
We're not putting the people down. We're putting the city down. It's trash.
All right. As long as we make sure we're clear. I don't want to offend any of our 1,000 fans in the Cleveland metro area.
Listen, I'll tell everybody what Cleveland fans already say. The only thing that goes on in Cleveland is the Browns.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's the reason why the team's still there, because they show up for that, because there ain't nothing else.
They're dogs. They're dogs.
And listen, and the Browns can go 0-16. The fans still gonna be there just with the paper bags on their heads.
Oh my God!
This brings up memories of Ocho Cinco.
Jack, they really call us ketchup and mustard team? They really call us that?
Yeah,
I heard that one.
Yeah, I don't know how they not the worst uniforms though. It's trash.
Yeah.
So we will have the vote on the stadium on the 15th, and then turn around 3 days later. The rookies will report to training camp, and then the vets will show up. The biggest story, of course, is Terry McLaurin. If he does not have a new contract in place, he has already come out and said he will not show up to training camp until he has a contract. We have a holdout if this deal does not get done by the July 22nd.
Hey.
He will hold out.
Hey. Sorry, T-Mac. Get some Adam Peters. I know you're watching. I know you hear me. Get some draft capital. Get us a player. Get us a player and some draft capital.
It's your time, Adam Peters.
It's your time.
Balls. You need balls.
We only got 5 draft picks next year. We could get maybe a 4th and a 5th and a player for Terry McLaurin.
Do not let this guy rule you, Adam Peters. Do your job.
Yep.
If there's anybody that can do it, I believe Adam Peters can, because that dude's a wheeler and dealer.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sorry. I love me some Terry McLaurin. I do. I love me some Terry McLaurin. But draft capital, baby. Draft capital.
Yeah, his days here might be over.
Terry McLaurin, love you, brother. See you later.
Yeah,
you don't deserve to be on this team with this kind of gamesmanship. You're destroying the team. Sorry.
And if he doesn't show up, to training camp, that's not going to be good. It is not going to be good.
Your market value is 31.5. I understand when you're making 25.5, you need a pay raise. Really, $6 million pay raise ain't enough? You got to be pushing for 40? No, come on, man.
Draft capital.
You're either a commander and you're in to help us win, or you're not, and you're just helping to make you win. And if that's you, Terry, I cannot show with my hands what I'm saluting you with.
And I can tell you,
but you're getting my salute.
He's never come later. He's never come across that way though, so it is shocking to me, because he's always seemed like a team player.
Nice,
always been a commander or a Redskin through and through.
Yep. Now, so my thing is with him is that he knows he's at the end of his career, so he just won one big payday. We already discussed this, right?
He's the hottest quarterback in the NFL. Why would you want to play that and ride your rewards right into the dadgum Hall of Fame?
Hey, listen, but what he's doing right now is a detriment to him. Because if he sits this season out and he does not play, like you said, Terry McLaurin has the potential to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He has the potential for it, right? If he finishes his career out as a Redskin and he has more exciting years of football, like these next couple of years, he has potential to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
why would you tarnish your legacy like this? Not sitting out.
Yeah, and you got the hottest quarterback who loves you. Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So here's a wonderful comment. They came across good old grumpy freaking Daniel Snyder. Asked him about, hey, what do you think about the success of the team since you've been gone? Because when you were here, they never win crap. Now all of a sudden there's something to cheer about with his team. And he literally said he hates it.
Yeah.
Ready for this? They're this successful.
Ready for this, Daniel Snyder? Here's what I gotta say to you.
Listen, the best thing that ever happened to this area is when he left. When he left, right. when he sold the team, I was like, yes. We finally gonna see some changes around here. Best thing that ever happened to this organization was Daniel Snyder leaving. It was when I don't know why the Jack Kent Cooke family sold him the team in the first place, but I understand that, but I would have rather them kept it after Jack Kent Cooke died. I would rather the family kept the operations of the team because they had a legacy of winning. That family had a legacy of winning, and then you give it to this scrub. They don't know what to do with it. Getting an all-star quarterback hurt, overpaying people that's barely gonna play, drafting bums, all sorts of crazy stuff, man.
Shaq, you're making me sad. You're making me sad, Shaq. Don't make me sad.
But see, y'all know that if any of us was Jack Kent Cooke's son, we would have taken over that team.
Would have took over the team. That's right.
We kept it in the family. There's no way we would have sold.
Yeah, and then to sell to him, and then one of the things with me living over here, right? So part of one of his projects, being over here, right? So remember Landover Mall off on 95 Landover Mall. He was a key piece of getting that mall torn down.
That's right.
On a premise that he was going to put something there.
Yeah.
Nothing ever came about it.
That's
just tore it down, and it's just grass and stuff going all over there now. It's just empty, vacant land.
It's unbelievable what happened there. That is unbelievable. People in the DC Metro understand it. Everyone listening that's not in DC Metro, it was a travesty.
Yep.
We had a huge, major shopping mall with the Macy's and the Nordstroms and they got rid of it. And nothing came before the and nothing happened.
Nothing. They just literally, it's just an empty lot with grass.
Daniel Snyder is not going to do anything else with anything else. Most of the time, he doesn't that dude has not even been back in the country since he sold his yacht
with his wife. Who cares?
He's on his yacht. He spends most of his time in the Mediterranean. He's a lot of time at Monaco, and then he goes to Santorini. He goes to all these other freaking really nice places in his freaking super yacht. The last thing, he has not crossed back the Atlantic to come back to the United States since he sold the team.
He hates it because as soon as he was gone, we had a winning season.
That's right. That's what he hates.
And so he's just sour. So
he's sour
grapes, suck on them, and kiss my grits.
And
stay in your yacht and shut the heck up.
Now, I'm going to tell you.
The point that I wanted to make. I'm sorry. Here's the point I wanted to make. Terry McLaurin has always been one of those people I looked at as a class act.
Yep.
Who loves the team and do something like that. Understand the contract situation and stuff like that. But I believe in Terry McLaurin's heart that it is there. But Daniel Snyder is not that dude. Daniel Snyder, we always know that dude's a piece of crap.
Yep.
And we have always hated that dude. And this is another thing where he shows his true character. He can't even be happy for his whole team that they found success because it wasn't about him doing it.
Even after they paid him how many billions?
6.
Listen, hey, look, and I'm gonna tell you this right now.
After sucking $6 billion, he wants to throw grapes from the Med.
Man. I can tell you right now, Daniel Snyder to us is what Jerry Jones is to Cowboys fans. I'm telling you, Cowboys fans are ready for Jerry Jones to pick the bucket.
Oh, shit.
That's the only way that team's gonna be good, right? So that's what we wanted. That was like, if Daniel Snyder got hit by a bus, none of us been blink the eye at it. Like we was ready for him to go. Been calling for him to leave. We was ready for him to go.
I like to see a bus go down the pier, jump off the end of the pier, and hit him. It had to be hit by a bus on his yacht.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I hope he gets a case of bad shrimp off the med and has diarrhea for a week.
Dang.
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 What an idiot. I mean, seriously, why you even need to comment? You dumb idiot. Why didn't you even comment?
I love it.
That is
though,
the
man,
dumbest thing to say.
No,
And you know what? It's like no one cares. It's like you can say whatever you want, dude. Your history, you're gone. You got your payday. You screwed over the city.
it was 22 years of like being under, like, you know, what do they call those kings in England? Like Edward, or like so the horrible. And, yeah, that was come with these names of kings that were just absolutely atrocious, right?
Snyder the Horrible.
Yeah, it was Snyder the Horrible. His 22 years, man, it was like absolutely horrific.
Yep.
Like,
I'm glad it's over with. New ownership, new general managers, new coaches, new players. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad it's over with.
my only thing I would criticize about the Harris ownership group, the Hog, is they're not bringing the name back. Like, to me, I would be like 100% in your corner if you brought the Redskins name back.
Yep.
That's my only gripe and complaint about you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to keep the Commander's name.
Yep.
Other than that.
Yeah, I agree.
We could be named anything. I'm like, why this name? Like we could have been the Red Tails. We could have been the Warhogs. We could have been been the Hogs. We could have been anything.
The Hogs. I would have done the Hogs, but
like one of them that was really.
Jack sent us some love. Jack sent us some love. Thank you, Jack.
Red Tails was a big one. The Red Wolves was a big one too.
Red Wolves, anything. The Commanders. Like nobody asked for this.
I actually like the name of the Wolves because like Fred Smoot got on and he did a special one time on it. And he was really on the Red Wolves thing. He goes, "Can you imagine like when we score a touchdown, everybody starts howling?"
Yeah.
Woo, yeah. It could have been something.
Yeah. Anything. I'm talking about anything.
You're like the Chiefs Stadium. I love watching the Chiefs just because they got that. They got that.
So
cool, right? It's cool.
So this is my thing right here. They cried about our name. They cried about our name. The Redskins cried about our name, and literally, you got a whole stadium full of Caucasian people doing the tomahawk. It don't get worse than that. It don't get worse than that.
It don't get worse than that. It really don't.
You're so right. You're so
true. And you know what? I would tell you what, I kind of agree with Trump, man. I would just change it back, man. And I'm telling you, you want to talk about the city getting excited. I think we would all lose our mind if we all change it back to the Redskins. We'd be so freaking happy.
You see that flag, baby? You see that flag?
Jack said,
so freaking happy just to change it all back.
That's why I'm flying the flag. I believe.
Jack said if we did the Red Wolves, we could have named the stadium the Den. Oh, yeah.
And would we have a cargo plane fly over?
A cargo plane? No, they do some. It'd be like a low flying Chinook or something.
My Chinook! Oh my God! They need to get that. Listen. Head office commanders, do not fly a stinking
C-17.
Some jets.
Yeah,
some force, not a supply plane this year. Listen,
a C-130.
So get Trump involved because on the 4th of July we had U-2 or the B-2s and the fighter jets
with F-35s.
F-35s.
It's the commanders, not the suppliers. The commanders.
So I reported last week when we did the show that there was a huge push to keep the stadium name RFK, Robert F. Kennedy, right? That there's a push to try to keep that name when they build a new stadium. Social media has taken a whole nother twist and has said that if Trump makes the deal happen, that maybe the stadium should be named after him.
No.
And I'd be like, oh, dude, you guys have done lost your flipping mind. But I'm telling
Trump,
you, like, there's buzz on social media to do
I got it, Trump, the whole UFL thing and your love with football. I got it. Hell no. I don't want a Trump stadium. No.
Hey, man, that would be crazy. It was like coming live today from Donald J. Trump Stadium.
Can you imagine the Dems on that? They would have a meltdown.
Oh man,
it would be. I
would have a meltdown. It's like, come on, dude. You got your name on every daggum thing in the world. Stop.
And then you go to the stadium. You go to the stadium, and it's a big statue of him like it's doing his dance.
That's right. And the only thing that would make it even like more crazy to make libs absolutely lose their mind is if you name it Trump Stadium and then you turn around and bring the Redskins name back.
Oh man, listen. Listen. They would probably burn the city down. They'll probably burn the city down. Oh my gosh! I'm like, what is this?
Don't incite a riot, guys. Don't do it. Don't incite a riot.
We don't want any riot. The statue.
Don't go there.
Music will be the YMCA theme music, man.
Jim says too much information.
Man.
Play the NWO song.
All right. Well, hey, man, this has been too much fun, man. Gotta love you guys, man. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, everybody, for being on the show. We love the comments. This is such a great show. And this is Football Psych, baby. And, we got to wrap it up. We got to be